Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to coach up Michael Hearn in his video. Michael Hearn chest workout, best shape of my life. Let's get into it. Oof.
Yep. Boom. 1, 2, last one. Get this. And 3. Good set. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let's go. We got the sun
and
here.
Boom. There you go.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
And 2.
Nice.
And 3. Nice. 1 more for the win. And 4. All the way up.
Good. So great, man. Like right away watching this, like, look, we're just gonna, obviously the elephant in the room is gonna be, he's not natural, or we're not gonna care about any of that this video whatsoever. We're just gonna look at chest day, how we can optimize our chest training by using some of the things that they're doing right and by correcting some of the things that they could be doing better. And the whole goal for this, for me to show you guys, if you're training to build muscle, I'm going to take the approach of hypertrophy. What do you need to do either the same or different to achieve maximum hypertrophy for your chest? So let's just continue and worry about the other shit later. All right. First of all, no clue how old that kid is, but dude just dominated 225. So good for him. Reps are great. Let's go.
So just so I understand, he's 11 years old.
11, guys. Not bad.
No, he's not. My man's 11?
Something, Jeremy.
What did he say? He said I was 11 years old. I was doing, or by the time I was 12, I was doing a plate for reps, and my uncle would be like, count every other rep. So I'd be like, 1, 2. So by the time I did like 10 reps, I'd actually do 20 reps. So I was pretty good at repping. That's why I can do very high reps. I've been just used to doing high reps for a long time. And this is how my body is genetically. But 11?
I eat the same shit. It clearly doesn't do anything for me.
What? It's impressive.
Yeah. I would just do PB and bypass most of the secondary work. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, we can do that.
I get it. I get it. Obviously, there's going to be that comment, but my advice, Mike, is like, why even bother? Like, you have all the stuff that, you know, you have all the people are going to say what they're going to say about you, regardless if they believe it or not. I don't really care. But for the kid, don't even like respond to it. Don't even. They're going to anyway, so just don't even respond. Don't bring it to the party. You know, I mean, obviously I get it why he did it, but... But yes.
I would just worry about the numbers then right now. Don't worry about so much secondary. Okay. Get some good numbers and then go back to the secondary work. So don't worry about so much secondary. I would just worry about the numbers then right now. Don't worry about so much secondary. Okay. Get some good numbers and then go back to the secondary work. Does that make sense to you or no?
Yeah.
Why would you skip the secondary work?
To get some good numbers. Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Less work, focus on the real stuff, and then you can go back into the other stuff when you get those numbers. And then you get those numbers, and then you go back to the secondary work, and you can get the numbers again with the secondary work. Got it. Yeah, makes sense? Yeah.
So what I'm believing that he's saying is focus more on the compound stuff and then the secondary work after. Work on those numbers first. Now, when it comes to training at an early age, being a strength and conditioning coach, my goal for a young athlete is to get them acclimated to proper movement patterns, which his kid clearly has. But in secondary, I'm not going to talk about numbers at all. The goal for me isn't for you to get strong or put on numbers, because then your focus is just based on numbers the entire time, when it should be and only be your form, and then, you know, your form, your technique, movement pattern is all on point, and then you're progressively overloading quite naturally. It's a byfactor of all that you're doing, because we start chasing numbers at a young age, we get into that, just becomes more the focus, when the focus should be getting strong and building muscle, which you can do that without focusing on numbers, right? That's their thing. That's my opinion, right? Well, it's obviously working for the kid. He's 11 years old. He's doing 225.
So back it down a little bit to focus on the main core. Because that was, you didn't even arch, you didn't even warm up, even though you did something earlier. You just walked in and just raw dog what he's doing, and he's trend out of the hill.
And he had cookies all weekend.
Like 350. You're like $1.50.
I was watching Mike. We're on Incline, by the way. Great negative. For 405, I don't care. Natty or not, that's good rep.
Yeah.
All right, now here we got, I think this is dad here maybe? I don't know. But for this rep here, what I would like is for it to be slower on the way down and not a little bounce off the chest. Remember, we're gonna get the most amount in that stretch. So coming all the way down and then raising the chest up, getting deep in that stretch, and then firing it up, kind of, you know, then bringing it down again. Deep stretch, firing it up, controlling it down is better for the overall development of the muscle itself. So we want to control these reps a little more.
He said he didn't touch his chest, and what's I'm gonna do? You want to go another set?
All right.
I'm gonna actually point out some things that he did that you're trying to bypass.
Let's see what Mike says.
Like you did. He did touch his chest, but it's not. He went up here. He didn't okay, all right. Watch this, guys. Watch this.
Okay, so Mike's clown on the homeboy here for, you know, bouncing off the chest. Mike's making some good points. Like, touch your chest, control it on your chest. Don't bounce it off your chest for sure. Control it on the way down. You know, touch the chest, stretch the muscle, fire it back up. Those are great points.
Oh no, that's cool. It's what the kids do. Watch this.
All right, and this guy's on an incline, by the way. He's not 11 years old. Whatever. I don't care. He's 11. Let's watch these reps. Oof, that's a nice rep. Oof, 2. Oof.
Let's go one more. Let's go.
Get it. Get more.
One more, Oliver. One more. Come on, Oliver. Push.
Come on, push that, push that, push. You know, kids stacking the joints. Yee.
Good job, Oliver.
Those are flawless reps. I can't say shit about those reps whatsoever. You can take some advice from this kid, some draw inspiration from this 11-year-old that is dominating 225 incline. I'm talking pausing it. Now, he's building muscle. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say at all. Can he do more reps? Sure, you can do more reps. Take off 10%, 20%, he'll do another 5 reps. Awesome. He's still building muscle in that rep range with that load. That is a great load. That is a great balance of a load where he can keep his form, challenge the muscle, keep the muscle completely isolated, and then like that's a 9 RPE. What's a 10? That's not coming. The next rep, that's a 10 RPE. That next rep, that's a 1 RIR. That's a perfect example of a 1 RIR or a 9 RPE. One more rep after that rep, and he's not getting it up. 100%. Those are fantastic reps. Nothing to say, man. Those are dope. I'm saying the same thing, man.
You didn't need one more. He got 4 clean.
He didn't need one more. He didn't. I liked it. You know, all jokes aside, man, you could say what you want about Mike, but the guy comes from years of training. That's one thing I always have in common with anybody. I don't care, steroids or not. I'm always going to gravitate towards someone who is a iron lover, period. You could tell Mike loves the gym. He loves this. He loves the gym. He loves training, all that comes with it. Loves the way it makes him feel, loves the way it makes him look, obviously. He is a gym lover, and I can only respect that. And then I love respecting that the message that he's teaching a kid, right? Does he have to tell the kid that he's on steroids? No, right? Does he have to tell anybody he's on anything? No. But like, it's also for that kid doesn't matter at all, right? That kid just needs to be around a place that he's working hard. That is an 11-year-old kid. Maybe it's a big joke. Brennan joking he's maybe 13. I don't really care if he's even 13. It's impressive. It's impressive. He's getting good coaching from the get-go. That is good coaching from the get-go. That guy just pressed more than, I don't know if it's his dad or not. 11?
No, we're competing. He's trying to talk match.
All right, so we got dad back up. Let's watch.
You gotta pause these. Let's go.
You gotta pause these, man.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Oh, we just got heated.
Use the check.
So guys everything's good here. 1. Nice. Control it. A little too fast down.
Why are you sinking?
Look at his fucking chest.
Why are you sinking it? Why are you sinking it?
Guys, look at the indent. Oh,
there we go.
you got rid of it.
Good man. Oh.
my God. Okay, just
Good
so
reps.
you know,
Oh, one more.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bouncy bounce at the bottom. That extra one was good. So a good job. It's a good reps, a little friendly banter there. You know, get a bunch of dudes in the room doing bench press. We're gonna get the best out of everybody's ego. But you have to have somebody that's there that's gonna control the ego. And Mike's doing a good job controlling the ego. Hey, what's up, guys? My Iron Shepherd's Iron beanies are out right now in camel, charcoal, and gray, and they're moving fast. So guys, hit the link in the description below and get yours now. And the reason why Mike's doing a good job controlling the ego is because he's the one who can do the most in that room by a large margin, and he's not bouncing the weight off his chest. He's controlling the weight. He's doing it in an arrogant way that I'm all for. I'm all for people controlling the weight in an arrogant ass way, like, yeah, right? You know, you can be a little cocky. You can be a little cocky about it, right? But he's whatever. I'm not worried about that. What I like to see is somebody that's doing the right thing in terms of training by example. He's the ringleader in that little room there. And if he starts bouncing 4 plates, then the dude that's up there now, he starts bouncing 2 plates, and the kid's now bouncing 2 plates at 11 years old. But now guess what? Shit trickles downhill. That's all I'm gonna say.
Would have zoomed in on that first too.
Yeah, well, they say how much better Oliver, well, they were better. How much Oliver, yeah, they were better.
Much better.
Much better, Oliver.
I got a
Good
trash
job,
coat.
kid.
You two can be like, oh,
This is
get
great.
right meals and sleep in.
We got a little heated today. We got heated, yeah. Look, I wanted to go and try to do 225.
You know?
You wasn't going to do it. You walked in, look what happened.
Thank you.
All right. Let's watch Mike again. Mike's back up on his set. This is his 3rd set here. Now, again, we're talking about, like, when you're looking at, you know, rep ranges and, like, can I build muscle at, you know, doing 5 reps? You can build muscle at 5 reps. It's going to take longer depending on how you approach those 5 reps. Now, let's take Mike, for instance, right now. Let's take this 400 pounds, 405. And for Mike, that would be, I would say, more like 85% of his 1 rep max. 85 to 90, right? That's what I would believe that is. Let's time the rep. Let's time the set and see how long his 5 reps takes. All right, let's go. All right, you only got 2 there. I don't know. Let's just go at the bottom there. Let's go to the back first of these reps and do it again. Just because we haven't seen them do the whole thing and I'm trying to make a point here. Let's do it again.
No, you're right. Less work, focus on the real stuff, and then you can go back into the other stuff and you can get the numbers again. You did something.
And he had cookies all.
Buck and a half.
All right, let's watch these. 1, 2. He always keeps cutting at 2. Well, can't do that. Either way, he's averaging about, by the time he did 2 reps, he was 8 seconds. It takes him about, like, 4 seconds a rep, which is really good, right? Pause on the bottom, whatnot. He's spending a lot of time in the hole. He's in a place where he is going to build muscle. Like, the weight that you're using and the length you're using that weight for is going to determine how much muscle you build, or say muscle recruitment. So the heavier the load, the more muscle recruitment. But if you're not taking that load for long, it's not as much recruitment as if I took a load that was 10% less and took it for a longer duration. So yes, you can build muscle at a lower rep range. If you want to grow muscle faster, it's fun to find line between a load that's heavy enough to recruit the most amount of muscle and taking that for a long duration. So it's looking like something like 72, 80%, 85% of 1 rep max, right? So this is what he's talking about, getting the other things done first, like getting all the core work done first, and then getting into your accessory. And here's the accessory stuff here.
Gym etiquette is the same as golf etiquette. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah.
Let's see what Mike's point of view was.
So I'm right here.
So this is
He's
like-
right here.
That's Mike's point
On
of
his
view
phone.
during the exercise.
That's lack of focus on his point. He should get his shit straight. You see what Mona did a while ago? She looked straight down.
All right, let's watch Kiddo here. So it comes to this again. So for me, like, let's get the core work done first, right? And for me, when it comes to coaching anybody, I want you to be consistent in all things, right? I want you to be consistent on all exercises. So I want to make sure that when you're doing whatever exercise it is, I'm not giving you so much that your body goes into shock because you got to take in so much information that it's like, hey, look, let's work on a few of these lifts. Let's get better at these lifts and let's add on as we get better. When I see this kid, 11 years old, do 225 for perfect reps, and then I see him on a cable machine, the approach that Mike has is good, but then it looks like that as well in terms of what it reflects. He's put a lot of the effort into making sure that lift is really good when it is. And then we go to an accessory lift, which isn't as difficult as a compound lift, and the form is off.
No, what did you not
Just
like?
leaning into it. So your whole body's forward, just on it.
So for me,
Just put your feet forward. Stand
Let's see his coaching here.
Find balance. You guys are all skateboarders in the family, so you can find your balance nice and easy. All right. Now,
Basically, find your balance again. We're talking about like finding your center of mass, right? Now again, when it comes to this, he's having a hard time pulling in. What have I said before when it comes to doing these little techniques? Pull in first, get yourself set yourself up, push out, then start. He's in a place where he's kind of unfamiliar because he spends a lot more time on those core lifts, which is nothing wrong with that. But if we're gonna get into all lifts, let's just make sure we can get down a few things in terms of like technique and having a routine. Remember, your setup is gonna determine how successful your actual set is gonna be. So let's watch him struggle through getting himself ready. And now his body's off and he's really trying to get in there and he's very off. The weights aren't there. They're too heavy for him. He's fatigued. So he needs to just focus on peeling back on the weight. I hope that's what Mike's going to say next.
See the change?
Now, he can do this way. What I see a lot of people do is they try to do like Mona was doing. What we're trying to say is they do this stuff and then they go here, or they're here, and they're trying to balance.
A little exaggeration, but
So it's just cable crossovers like Arnold was doing and go back to that pumping iron. You got a nice spot, you're balanced here, the body's not doing anything except stiffness. Get in a good position and take it down.
so Mike needs to say a little more. Again, when I'm talking about doing your setup, it's not about just finding your balance. It's being able to, apply that to somebody, and applying it in a way where they can understand how to put their body in the proper position and posture to do it. I have a video here. Here's how you basically do that. So show you guys right here. This is how you want to set up the cable flies. That's how I'm going to do it with everybody. When it comes down to exercises, when I see somebody get into a machine, I'm for sure going to stop them right away and say, this is how you need to set up. Here's a couple ways you can try these ways, see what works best for you, but I'm going to show you how to maneuver yourself, put yourself in the right position to be able to, have a good balance or center of mass to be able to, do this exercise the right way. Mike's doing his best to coach it the way he knows how to, but it's not transferring over to the kid.
Do you do this a lot? Cable crosser, you do it a lot?
Usually do it a little more bent over.
Yeah. You can bend over. You can bend over as much as you want, or you can come up as much. So you can do this. You can do this, no problem, or you can go all the way over and do it. I just don't want this stuff.
Yeah, like he's saying a good point of like leaning into things without balance just to try to, create leverage and use most of your body weight, upper body weight to help with lifting it. Yeah, definitely don't do that. But also coach up why we can do certain things. Why do we have the cables from high to low? Why do you have the cables from I would say a mid-range? Why do you have the cables from low to high? What is that going to do? How should our body be postured in each of those settings? And they all make a difference. Yes, your chest is going to be used in the entire lift, whether you put it high, medium, or low. But, coaching them up on why we do certain things. Hey, if you want to work the upper pec, put it low to high. If you want to work the lower pec, put high to low. If you want to work just like your mid-range, just put it at, shoulder height and keep yourself balanced with a good center of mass or I would say weight distribution controlling your center of mass. That needs to be said in this, and Mike's just trying to coach him in a way that Mike knows. Not everybody is a coach. People are good motivators through action and through, and maybe through words or motivation that way, but in terms of coaching somebody to get them to understand how to move their body is a skill that I possess. I'm very good at that. I can say that with confidence. I spend a lot of time coaching people in person, so when it comes to individuals, whether you're 11 years old, that I have clients I had before that are that age to 75 years old, I know how to instruct somebody or cue somebody for that person, for that individual themselves. And that just comes with coaching a lot of people, right? So let's keep going, Mike.
So that's just my take on it. Unless you're Bubble.
Again, too, it's also make sure we're coaching the, don't leave out the good stuff, right? We want him to be in a nice stretch. We want him to be up here and stretching and be stern, and to be stable and strong in this posture. So when you're posturing up or you're pushing the weight away, we still have this positive posture in the chest. The chest is up, the shoulders are down. Regardless if you're doing from high to low, low to high, or mid, we have this posture, and that is yet to be coached in this. We might have missed some things, giving the benefit of doubt. But for you, that's what I'm telling you guys to do. We're taking some inspiration from this video, taking some of the coaching cues here, we're adding on a couple coaching cues for you to be able to apply for yourself, and that's what we're doing. So let's watch Mike's wife.
Get this. What?
She could definitely touch her chest, but she's staying in that place there
There's 3.
and getting down again. Like, women, there is no difference between training your chest from a woman and a man when it comes to technique. If you want to build a muscle as optimal as you can, good slow negative, controlled negative into a nice stretch and a good contraction, all you need, but it stays the same. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you go less. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you have less depth. You get the same amount of depth, same eccentric, same whatever. The only difference between a man and a woman are this. Women can train longer, they can train harder, and they rely mostly on fat energy so they can go longer endurance wise. So you can push women a little harder than men, and women seem to listen a lot more when it comes to instruction than men do.
4.
But what I do like in this entire video is that Mike does coach well enough for people to understand the importance of good technique. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to this video. It's you have 3 different ages. You have Mike, you have his buddy, and you have a kid. And they're all training the best they can, and they're all doing the right things for the most part. When it came to the flies, I'm sure we can optimize that. There's a video here, watch that video. And again, when it comes down to it, when we're training, our job for training chest is to control the rep coming down, to stretch at the bottom, still being active, not letting off, not letting it just sink into your chest and letting off in terms of engagement, but keeping yourself engaged and then squeezing the weight back up. That's it basically if you want to get the best out of your chest training or the best out of each rep. Do that consistently. For more videos like this, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.